There's an obesity crisis in America. There's an obesity problem, 'cause the average woman is 170 pounds. I'm tired of messing around, 'cause black guys are going to town. Save the whales. Save the whales. They're so fat that they got a tail. Save the whales. Tell them to get on the scale. Oh, we gotta save the whales. Now, black guys, you know I'm talking to you. And Latinos, you're not too far off on this too. Now you don't have to listen to me, I'm a random girl on YouTube. But you guys are funding the obesity crisis in America. Save the whales. Tell them to get on the scale. Dear God, please save the whales. Save the whales. Black guys, stop with the impaling. We gotta stop harpoon hunting someday. What is up, guys? Welcome to another episode of Pearl Daily here on the Audacity Network. Welcome. Now, I'd like to start by saying I need to lose 20 pounds. So I'm going to do this stream and I'm going to acknowledge I need to lose 20 pounds. And I don't want anybody, and we're going to get into the topic, right? But I could be thinner. So I'd like to just put that disclaimer, but I'm going to talk about this anyway. So in this show, we've talked a lot about coping. Now, the definition of coping refers to the cognitive and behavioral strategies used to manage, reduce, or withstand stressful situations. And being an obese person is just kind of stressful, right? Being chubby, I'm a chubster, kind of stressful. I've been a chubster most of my life. But there's nothing worse than a chubby or a fat person denying that they're chubby or fat. There's nothing worse. There's nothing worse than what I call coping. And I think in life, there's just so many copes, like guys that play women, they'll never find love and it's going to catch up to them. That's kind of a cope. A lot of them, you think Leonardo DiCaprio really has that many problems, or Drake? They had a ton of women in love with them. They're kind of undefeated, right? So I saw a tweet that kind of made me want to, talk about this in the show today, and it was going viral on Twitter. And it was by this girl named Raquel or something. Rack is right, whatever. And she said, 170 pounds is fat for a woman. The truth hurts. And they showed a picture here. They depicted an image of what black men are banging in America, and the Latinos, and the occasional skinny white guy, okay, which is a 5'4", 170-pound woman. And Rack on Twitter says 170 pounds is fat for a woman. The truth hurts, ladies. Now, this has prompted the saddest case of coping I've ever seen. This is prompted. Look, I'm not going to say my exact weight on this show, but I'm around at 170, right? And I can admit I should be around 135 to 155. I think that actually at 6 feet should be my weight. So, this is something I could have taken personally, right? But I would say she is correct. Really, women, we should all be under 150 pounds. Okay. And we're going to talk about the reasons for this obesity crisis. But see here, me being 170, big and fat. Yes. And again, I can already hear the black men in the comments saying would. I can even see some white men doing it, Now this girl says me at 170. Now look at this. Do you see how it's like loose around the waist? I mean, I do that all the time because I'm not trying to show my gut. You know what I mean? She's doing the same thing. This girl's shorter than me. She's like 5'9", saying she's 170. Wearing black to look thinner, depictive angle. Look at this. This is the biggest cope fest I just have ever seen. She says she's 5'5" and weighs 170. Now this is probably, again, black tank top, sucking in, obviously. You see how her face is like wince. Like, it's like if you guys were so thin, you wouldn't have to suck in. See, this is cope at 6 foot, 170 is skinny. I know you tell me you're Dominican or black or Latino without telling me. It's not. It's not. 130 to 155, I would say, for my height. Yes. Yes. Some would even say thinner. And if you look up body fat percentages, you can kind of see this, and I'll show you. Because I'm about 24% body fat. That's around, I gained a little weight, so I might be 25 right now. I'm a little embarrassed. But it's okay. We'll get back at it. I'm going to do women. Yeah. So again, these are the body fats that I would consider thin. 10 to 22%. Yes, we are putting numbers to this. For women, 25%, I would say, is when chubby starts. That's when you stop seeing the ab lines. And oh, wait, are you guys not seeing? I'm so sorry. I forgot to share my screen. 10 to 22%. That's when you start here. Now, obviously, in the middle, this is where women get confused. This is where, and men also, like, I'm so tired of chubby people pretending they're not chubby. It's just ridiculous. As women, I don't really think we're supposed to be above 22%. I don't really give a damn what the experts say nowadays. I have eyes. This girl's got weight to lose. This is about where I'm at. This girl's got weight to lose. I've been up to this girl. I think I've been, the biggest I've ever been is between 30 and 35% ish. And I was fat, right? And I have a high muscle mass. 10 is too low for a woman. I mean, shit, these days, most women could shoot for it. Most women aren't going to hit 10. And that's another cope. I'm so tired. These fitness lies drive me crazy. They drive me nuts. Oh, no, you're going to get too skinny. In America? An American woman's going to get too skinny for a long period of time. I'm sick of this bullshit. Overweight. I'd put myself here. Thin. The thinnest I've ever got after high school, I don't really count high school, is here. There's a difference. Yeah, you see this 25 and 30% pick looks good. I know. This is you guys fund this obesity crisis. So again, this is all coping. Look at this. 170 is fat for a woman. Yes, you're fat. Fat. I would put her. She looks a little chubby, fat. 5'8". See again, look at it. It's like they know what they're doing. They're wearing these like shorts that suck everything in the most like thin angle and dark clothes. Notice how all the women talking about how they're not fat are wearing black for their stomach. Look at this. Do you see that? I see that gut. We need to be more critical. 170. Are you 6 feet? She looks like she might be tall. She's doing high jump. And I would even say at 6 feet, really 155, 150. Sorry, not sorry. Sorry, not sorry. I don't care. I don't care. Oh my gosh. I forgot to put my screen back up. This is why. Look at. She could lose 20 pounds. She could lose 30 pounds at least. It's just, I just can't stand the cope. And as somebody that's been, I think the fattest I ever was around 220, 210 to 220. The cope doesn't help. Even when I was that weight, people were telling me I wasn't fat. Because I could run, I could still play volleyball. I was still athletic, right? And it's all just cope. Really, men, there's a lot of men with beer guts that are trying to say you're not fat. You're fat too. Yes, if your stomach isn't flat, you are fat. At least chubby. And we really got to come to terms with this in America if we're ever going to solve this obesity crisis. See this? High-waisted. I love high-waisted. I'm not trying to show my gut, right? This girl's 186. Again, she's sucking in. She's strong, but you're still fat. And I can't take the cope anymore. I just cannot take this cope. It's cope. Look at the perfect angle that's been face tuned. Here's the thing. If someone's thighs look like that, they do not have a good waist to hip ratio. They either got lipo. I know, 220. I was huge. They either got lipo or like their ab lines should be showing if they're at a low body fat percentage. Otherwise, they got lipo. Woman with the thighs this big, so you can't see her muscle, it's either Facetune or lipo. Because if you look like here, recently, I just think there's been an overhaul in lipo. I think that lipo is like off the chain because a woman here in this range is going to have a little bit of a gut. I know in these pictures, you might not see it because it's like head on. Her stomach is going to be protruding a little bit. It's just facts. No one wants skinny bitches. I know. You can cut girls some slack. I know. Look at this is what I say. The number one reason there's an obesity crisis in America is the biggest defenders of fat women are men. Men, you guys fund this obesity crisis. White men too. There is nobody that will say a woman is thick, not fat, than the man that is banging her. Nobody in this country. Yeah, every woman should be aiming. This is what I'm trying to get to, 15 to 17%. That's what, look. There's nobody that is more defensive of fat women than the men banging them. Nobody. It's like cope. It's a cope fest. The guys, they cope because they can't get thinner women. So then cope. She's thick, not fat. Now we have body positivity. Why don't you just get better women? Oh, but Pearl, all the women are fat. It sounds like you're not good enough. It's a cope. Cope. I'm a chubster. I'm chubby. I'm not coping here. I'm chubby. You guys are probably chubby. If you're in America. So let's talk about erections aren't a cope. Well, that's what black men say too. You can join them. You know what I mean? All right. Number one. So let's talk about why America is so fat. Let's talk about why America is so fat. Number one, a sedentary lifestyle. Uber Eats. No one's cooking and cleaning anymore. Everything's automated. I love Uber Eats. I don't even eat out like that. I cook, but I don't even like going to the grocery store. There's 5,000 steps I didn't get right there. I'm between chubby and holy cow. I've lost some blubber, but it's not all gone. I know. I made it down to 161 and then I gained 10 pounds back. It was so sad. I was so close. 155 is my goal weight. I'm going to try again though. I just increased my protein, so you know. This isn't about me though. This is not about me. So the number two reason that Americans are fat is black men in this country. Latinos, I'm looking at you also. Okay. I'm looking at you also. Let's watch some videos. Oh, Pearl's so racist. What are you, gay? Any guy that's worried about racism is kind of gay, in my opinion. Any guy, yeah, you're Latino. Oh, didn't see that coming. You know what I mean? Any guy that's worried about racism, like, don't you got better things to do? It's kind of gay. Like, I'm sorry. You know, it's so crazy because I'm just thinking, you're worried about what other people think? What are you, a woman? That's a woman thing to do. All right, so let's look at what the black guys are banging. It's just a classic.
Kings, they love their fat white girls. I feel like since having a kid, black men are more attracted to bigger white girls than white men are.
Some white men got that stigma, like
they like them skinny. They like them Lululemon skinny.
They don't want them curvy, no love handles. They just want them like.
But then black kings, they love their fat white girls. They eat them up. They do.
Yeah, so even the white women, here we go. Like, black men, what are you doing? What are you doing? Now, look, there's exceptions to this. Black athletes aren't about those fat women. There's black men that are high status in society, like influencer black men. I mean, we all saw Abba's baby mama, right? You know, his baby mama who killed his kid. I don't know. But so, you know, she wasn't fat, right? So influencer men, athlete men, there's exceptions. You know, corporate black men, pastor black men. But like a lot of the ghetto guys, what are you doing? What are you doing, my ninjas? What are you doing? I got to turn the... Look at this. Okay, I don't know what's going on with this guy. It's just the next TikTok. Ugh. Ugh, you know what I mean? Oh, I accidentally X'd out of the doc. But and you know, not only, like, I think when a white guy bangs a fat black woman, he's a little bit ashamed, right? There's shame there. But look how proud this ninja is. Here's the, and there's cope, right? There's black men will come at me and say, hey, but white men have fat wives too. And that is completely true. White men do have fat wives after they get a ring. White women do not pull the fat grenade until after they get married. Until after they get married. They get married, then the fat. They're bamboozled. And white guys can't leave. Like black men will go get milk, right? And never see you again if things get too rough. But white guys aren't going to leave. They feel too guilty. So they just stick it out. They keep the fat wife. They accept disrespect, So let's go here.
3 things right now: herself, her life, her happiness. She is me.
Okay. Another one. Look at that ninja. He's so happy. Pearl, why can't you just be happy? Why can't you be happy for them? Because they're contributing to the obesity crisis in this country. And I got to be honest, they say, Pearl, like, that has nothing to do with you. Why do you care about, why do you care about things that have nothing to do with you? That's their body. And to that I say, my eyes are assaulted. I get assaulted with my eyes. And you guys are allowing this. Women, I went to this when I was in London. I went to a bodybuilding gym, okay? And there was a abundance of old women, and there was some kind of fat women, like bodybuilder fat women. And there'd always be a jacked black guy banging them at these gyms. And I would just look at the black jacked guy, and I'm like, they're only fat because you're giving them confidence. You're giving them a level of, do you know how many ugly women have bragged to me about the level of men they can get? Ugly, chopped. And they say, I've never dated an ugly guy. And I can't even argue. We're to the point that fat women think they're above fat men. Latino men, you're not much better. You guys, it's like black men go for the fat women, Latino men go for the chubsters. And look, there's exceptions to every rule, like high status, black men, high status, Latino men, they compete with the thin women, but I got to be accurate here. Now, the next thing that I think is contributing to this obesity crisis and chopped women also thinking that they're hot crisis. I covered this when I did the catfish of the year. Women are starting to believe they look like they're filters with makeup. Women believe that they look like that. Here's another one. Rihanna. People believe Rihanna looks like she did when she was young, or looks like the left. And in person, she looks like the right. And on the right, there's a ton of catfishing involved. That is like a pound of makeup. Okay. Oh, here's a black man admitting that he's a chubby chaser. Okay. Black. I don't know if he's like half black, half Asian or something, but
Date a plus size girl.
Would I date a plus size girl? I would. If she's a cool girl, she has a sweetheart, I feel like I would.
There are women too. I don't discriminate. Definitely would.
You see this? Please stop telling me that oh no, we don't do that. You guys are admitting to it. You're admitting to it.
All girls need love too as well.
I ain't tripping. Yeah, I don't discriminate.
So, like Lizzo, smash or pass?
Pass.
Why?
That's crazy. I would, yeah, just not a Lizzo.
Yes, more to love.
Hey, this is what I mean. Occasionally, the skinny white guy gets in there.
Exactly.
It's just my preference, kind of. But yeah, I would, for sure. I'm not like discriminatory. So, I mean, yeah, I would.
I've never dated one in my life. Personally, no.
The Chad says, I'm not doing that. I have standards.
I'm kind of into like the fitness lifestyle. And so I'd want somebody with me to like kind of, we'd go on dates like that and just do like activities like that.
I'm gonna say yes.
Of course you would. Look at Black Chad. Latino. Actually, he might be
I
Latino.
think that there's a lot more to the person than just like what they physically look like.
I have a girlfriend, but like if she decided to eat a little more, like I'd be fine with that. I would date a plus size girl.
You gotta feed her more.
Yeah, I'm thinking about it. Then she'd be my pillow when I see her. At
Would you?
All right, let's keep going. Look at this filter. She thinks she looks like on the left. And I don't know what do the filters do to these women's chins? They like get rid of their double chins. Now, the next thing that is causing the obesity crisis in this country is calling women thick instead of chubby. So what I've noticed, this obesity, let me go back to body fat percentage, is men are usually attracted. Okay, here we go. Oh no. Okay. Men are usually attracted. See, this is me right there. And I can tell this is me because you see how you can see the abs a little bit, but there's like a little bit of fat over them. Yeah, I made it to 22%, which is just slightly fatter than this. And then I went back to this. Isn't that incredible? But that's chubby. Like there's fat around the stomach. Is that big enough for you guys? Can you see that? Maybe I need to zoom in. Is there a way to make this bigger? These websites. Let me see if I can zoom in a little bit. She's got a little fat to lose, but like athletic, clearly, right? I'm not going to show you my stomach. Are you crazy? So look at this is thin, 12%, 15% thin, 20% thin, 25% chubby, 30%, occasionally, sometimes up to 30%, they can look okay. But this is fat. Now we're getting real fat, super fat. Oh, these are like obese, chubby, anything like 23, 4-ish% up to 30, I would say chubby, 30% plus. Fat, the last fat. But the issue is the other issue is, okay, so what happens is these doctors, men kind of like the big thighs and they like the big butts. And sometimes when you're fatter, you get bigger boobs. And they can suck out the fat here. So a lot of times, like, I don't know how men fall for this so easily. Like, there's so many women that have obviously had lipo that men just don't notice. And every guy thinks he would notice a BBL, but I'm like, guys, the body fat percentage has to match. Like, a stomach like this is not going to go with thighs like that. There's the rare exception, but it is way too common now. It just appalls me. And I was actually talking to, I was at the gym today and I was talking to someone about this. I'm like, look, thick is meant for women that have a big butt, big boobs, and a small waist. It is not for chubby women. And there's a woman at my gym, and she is obviously, you'd look short with such a filter. Try it. Okay. She's thin and she's like a black girl and she's got like big boobs, big butt, but I'm like, she can't be more than like 22% body fat. She's just got a big butt and big boobs. Nobody would look at her and think she's fat. Okay. Chubby women are not thick. They're chubby, slightly overweight. Chubby, I would say somewhere between 23% and 30% body fat, has between, I don't know, 5 to 25 pounds to lose. Your midsection is not going to be thin if you are overweight. The other part of this catfishing includes lipo, shapewear, Skims, butt crack leggings. Fat women are trying to suck their waist in. Oh, they also use corsets, Facetune. They start to think that they look like that. The next thing that makes women fat. My sister worked out and ate healthy and was still big. Okay, again, that's cope also. Look, I've sort of slowly lost weight over time. I'm too stubborn to take Ozempic or whatever, but just naturally I struggle with weight. Okay, so I know all these copes. I could say this because I lived it. Every 10 to 15 pounds is like a habit that you have to break. That's keeping you fat. So, for example, the last cut that I was successful in, I've recently eliminated snacks for the most part. That was a big one from getting me from like, I don't know, 29% to 25, 24, 25-ish. It's like when you start, like when I was 220-ish, because I was always thin in school-ish, right? Not thin, but like normal weight, I guess. But I blew up after college because I stopped working out 4 or 5 hours a day. So I blow up, right? And the first thing I had to do was get rid of these absurdly high calorie things. Like you guys, when I first started these coffee talks, right, I used to have these giant lattes that I would drink. They're so bad for you. So there was that. There was, I'm trying to think of what else it was. There was really like high carb meals. But it's like the first step is getting rid of all the stuff that's like absurdly, or like you eat something on the weekend and you don't know it's like a cookie that's like 1,000 calories and you just weren't paying attention, right? Then the next step is like going down and it's increasing protein, getting rid of snacks. And I think the next step, I really was thinking about it. I realized my issue was I didn't know how to cook. So that got me to a certain point. But then when you learn to cook, once I learned, I don't drink alcohol anyway. Stop telling me. Okay. I realized that I had to get rid of snacks, and that's next. And the day I have not gotten rid of liquid calories completely, but one day I will. One day I will. But I've always been a slow, because you have to understand, quick weight loss, it always comes back if you eat, because you just are not consistently going to be able to eat 1,200 calories a day. So you have to train yourself to eat. For me, I work out a lot. So it's like 17 to 2,200. If I do a hard workout, I can eat up to 2,500 a day. So the quick losing, you just gain it back. I've done that a million times. I could say every mistake because I've done it. And that's why I think it's so, I really push hard on these copes because these are not, as someone that struggles with weight, these are not helpful. It's not helpful to cope and say you're not fat. Men suck their belly in all their life. It's our special curse. Jokes apart, unfortunately, we do. We gain weight there. The next cope is coping about being athletic. I ran a half marathon recently, and I always see a lot of cope in the running community. I run 10 to 12 minute miles, which is objectively slow. That's slow. And there's like this cope that, oh, you're in the 1% of athletes if you complete a marathon. It's like, I don't think so. I think you're just the 1% of people that have time to waste. Like, I don't think so. I saw a fat woman finish a marathon in like 5 hours. And I'm like, lady, that does not mean that you're athletic. It is slow. And I think there's a lot of cope around, like, I would say you're a runner if you can get under 10-minute miles for multiple miles. I would say that's like a runner. Other than that, you're just an unathletic, slow person, you know. A mile is a mile. No, it's not. See, this is like fat people cope. It's like cope. You know, it's the way I compare it is just because the league is terrible. We're in America. So everybody's fat and we're used to seeing fat people. But like, just because the league is terrible, it doesn't mean that you're like good at what you're doing. Like, okay, if everybody started sucking at basketball, would that make LeBron a better basketball player than he is? You know, I don't know if that, maybe that's not I don't know sports. So I don't watch him. I play him, but I don't watch him. So it's probably not the best analogy, but just because like imagine if a bunch of fat people joined the NBA and that was the new standard. That wouldn't make you a better athlete. It just means like the league sucks. And right now we're in America, so the league sucks. So, okay, like all the women in America, let's go back to this. All the women in America used to look like here to here, right? This used to be all the women, the young women. But now, because they look like the bottom one, the one here looks thin. But we're not thin, right? These three women are thin. We just got to stop coping. And it's okay. You know, you can like chubby women, but stop saying that they're thick. We're chubsters, okay? If you're muscular with a high body fat percentage, you could say you're athletically chubby, but still chubby, still fat. Now, the one question is, how do all these porn stars get married? They're not fat. How did Riley Reid get married? By not being fat. How did Nala Ray get married? By not being fat. That's pretty much it. Actually, being fat is a bigger sin to men than being an absolute whore. All right. So the last thing I'm going to say that is keeping American women fat is liquid calories. So we're going to watch some women talk about what they eat in a day.
Eat in a day as a fat girl who barely eats anything.
Good morning for breakfast.
So see again, the chips. Is that mac and cheese for breakfast?
I have
scrambled egg with cheese, not bad. Avocado toast on keto bread, not terrible. This actually isn't a bad breakfast.
Eggs with cheese, some chicken apple sausages, and some avocado toast. Half of a pistachio chocolate.
Okay, that's going to be at least 300 calories.
Matcha.
That's a lot of sugar. That's terrible.
That's so good.
Yeah, there you go.
I'm on my way to pick my nephew up from school and I'm starving, so I got some of these boiled eggs from the gas station. I know. I want them cut in half, so.
Okay, the eggs are not terrible. That's actually good. That's high protein.
It comes with the salt and pepper, so we're going to put some S&P on them. Some mustard, because these things are drier than a freaking popcorn fart, so.
Yeah, see, there you go. Condiments. Those are making you fat.
Some something. Cheers. You know you're hungry when a gas station egg makes you dance. Oh, and we got a Coke Zero. I am starving and I am not waiting until I get home. I have an apple walnut chicken.
He's just gonna keep going, huh?
Salad and a pure protein bar. It honestly looks really good. Let's give it a try.
Yeah, protein bars are kind of making you fat. They're better than like some alternatives, and there's some that aren't bad, but yeah.
What was it even recording?
Reese's ice cream.
There you go.
Chips and salsa and guac.
All right, let's see who's next. This is everything I used to eat in a day when I was 215 pounds.
Used to eat in a day when I was 215 pounds and not really understanding why I was gaining weight versus what I ate in a day to lose 70 pounds and now be 145 pounds. At 215 pounds, I started every single day in a Starbucks drive-thru. For breakfast, I would get the Impossible breakfast sandwich.
I used to get a large like latte. Like I'd get a large chai latte from Starbucks.
And I would always get some sort of creamy drink like the pumpkin chai latte. What I was failing to realize is that this breakfast alone was over 1,000 calories. To me, I was just having a breakfast sandwich and a coffee. Like no part of my mind thought that this was half of my calories for the day. And we're just getting started, baby. For lunch, I was a DoorDash maniac, so I would normally get some sort of Mexican food. I'll use this example. I would get 2 battered fish tacos with rice and beans and some chips on the side. And of course, I would always order the churros too. Duh, I need dessert. Another meal that is over 1,000 calories. So at this point, I would have already had my entire calorie goal for the day. But we're not done. I'm a snacker, so I'm going to have a snack. It'll probably be Doritos and Oreos. Then after a long work day, when I say a long work day, I mean I was literally sitting in my bed working customer service. I worked from bed. I didn't work from home. I worked from bed. It was time for dinner, so I would go to the little boba shop down the street. I lived in a college town, and I would order a giant plate of chow fun. I think it's just like rice noodles, and I would body that thing. It was so good. Actually, now I kind of want to go get that. This was probably around 1,000 calories as well. And then I would get a medium taro milk tea boba. I'm guessing on calories for that, but let's just say 300, and that's probably less than it actually is. So as you can see, I was eating a little too much, considering the fact that I needed around 2,000 calories a day to maintain my weight.
Yeah, and so if you're going from, because I'm sure when I was 220, I probably ate something similar. Not that bad, but like similar amount of food. you can't go from 4,000 to 2,000. You're going to die. You're going to want to kill yourself. You got to get used to eating 3.5 a day to start, or 3.7. Then move it to 3.5. Then move it to 3.2. Then move it to 3,000, in my opinion. For women, at least. Men, they can maybe even them. Because that's why people gain it back, is they go from 4,000 to 2,000 calories. And then, they can do that for a few months and then get sick. And then they also don't realize, if you don't know the why you're not eating stuff, like if you don't learn your macros and you don't learn like the protein count, how do I put it? It's just like you have to know like what things add up when it comes to calories. So.
But this didn't feel like too much to me. It just felt like a normal amount of food. And if you're hearing that and you're thinking that I'm crazy, then this video isn't for you because you don't get it. Now, before I tell you what I ate in a day to lose over 70 pounds.
Yeah, I get it. Look, I empathize with fat people, but we gotta coping. What I'm trying to rally back against is the coping. We gotta stop coping,
As a fat person who doesn't diet, an iced vanilla latte and
I can tell you don't diet. Yeah, carbs.
a croissant.
That actually might not be bad. Is that like potato, chicken? Okay. Like the first step is you got to track what you're eating, right? So like for her, if she's going to start, you can't just be like, go carnivore. She's going to go nuts. She's not going to be able to do it. So we got to first take out the awful things that she's eating every day. You know what I mean? So.
Love you. Bye.
Bruh. Okay. Let's see what's next.
As a fat girl.
For breakfast, I made a bacon, egg, and cheese on a Dorito bagel.
Oh, wait. Hold on. Wait, okay.
New York bagels are the best.
I wouldn't do the bread, but I mean, this isn't the worst thing.
I am eating some watermelon. I had a big yellow spot, so it's so
Personally, I would do like egg bites from Starbucks.
sweet.
You're gonna eat out, or like some sort of egg bite.
I'm going to have a few more like.
What the fuck? You're eating that for breakfast?
I ate this like yesterday. Of this muffin from the Bagel Nook. It's red velvet. We got cookies while we were in New York, so I'm going to have one. Probably one of these because they're one of my favorites.
What? The woman that you just had sex with gives you
It is 3 p.m., but I need
calories. There
needed coffee, so I made a butterscotch latte. And obviously, I can't use the straw, so.
Oh, no, I'll pull 2 plus 2 pounds. Started with tricks on the way. She's heroin. Okay.
That is amazing. This is what I eat
Oh my gosh.
a day as a fat girl.
Bruh.
Morning, this is breakfast.
Okay, let me go to the next one. All right, we got this woman.
To what I ate today as a plus size model, starting off with black coffee, boring, and then a vegetarian sausage, and then
Hate that.
I made 2 hard-boiled eggs.
Don't hate that.
I ate one with my lunch and one with my breakfast. Shit looks so bland, but it was good.
Eating my dog food. Woof.
And then I meal prepped a salad earlier in the week and ate one of my hard-boiled eggs at it, I think around like 1. And then way later in the night, I had like a chicken Caesar wrap, which I totally forgot to record because I was on a date.
Okay, you eat more than that. I don't know. That might be what you ate that day, but that is not what you ate in a day. Okay. How much caffeine I drink is someone who's speed running death and drinks over a gram of caffeine every day. Okay. This looks like something I used to get. This looks like. Okay, wait. I'm gonna turn off the music. Homemade latte, Pre-workout. Okay. Yeah, again, that's a meal. That's going to be 400 calories. Yeah, that's okay. I wasn't this bad, but Jesus Christ. Oh my God. She literally just, wow. All right, guys. So my question today is, what is the reason for the obesity crisis in America? I'm gonna put a call in link. What is the reason for the obesity crisis in America? Yeah, on a date. She was going on. We know what race she was going on a date with. Let's just keep it a buck. So the obesity crisis in America. What is it caused by? And what are some copes that you've seen? What are causes you've seen and copes you've seen? I'm about to pin the link. Doug MPA is coming up. What's going on, my ninja?
Yeah. So, hold on. Okay. So, guys, we have to do better as Black men. We have to. We're some of the biggest perpetuators of this. I mean, I remember one time on your pregame show, and I talked about this incident multiple times where there's this whale of a woman on the couch, and you asked her, rate yourself a 1 to 10, and she said a 5 for white guys, but an 8 or a 9 for black guys. And I literally jumped out of my chair, but I can't even be mad. I can't be mad because guys, most stereotypes, there's about 30 to 40% truth to it. And then number two is men, we just accept it. Once you leave the country, so guys, go to West Africa, go to Eastern Europe. They don't play this fat stuff, guys. They just don't. And women know it. They know it. If men en masse just didn't accept it, women wouldn't do it. And also, if you leave the country, you will see men not accepting this. Like, I hate to say this, but this is all men's fault. It's the fact that we just let women get away with it. We let them emotionally manipulate us. We give into their delusion. Simps. This is literally men's fault.
Yeah, because when I was fat, the first people that told me that I wasn't fat, men. Like, I would say men actually say it more than women.
Guys,
honestly, in real life.
Russian men, Eastern European men don't play that. Go ahead.
Women body positivity is like an online thing. In real life, women are brutal. We call each other fat all the time. Men are the ones in real life that say that she's not fat. There's nobody that'll defend a fat woman harder than the guy banging her. They cannot. Their egos can't take it. They're like, oh, I'm not banging a fat woman. You are. She's just thick. She's not. She's not overweight. She's athletic. No, it's fat. It's overweight. I just need the copes to end.
Rotten Roll said I missed my torta. Let me tell you guys about the Latino community. Latinos used to not accept fat women either unless they had kids. All right, I would see a father with a muffin top Latina, but they're usually the 3-4 kids deep, and she was still working a job, cooking or cleaning a hotel or something like that on her feet. But now with the whole torta thing, in my lifetime, I've seen Latina women knowing that they can't be fat to attract a man to walking around being a torta, like literally.
In Europe, it's cheap fillers and carbs, food and sugar. They make people believe they eat healthy. Oh, can I talk about another cope? Oh my God. I'm going to drop you for 1 second just to
Go ahead.
rant about this. I need to talk about one more cope. It's the parasites. It's the food. Okay, well then I have a friend who's a bodybuilder. Why can he stay thin? Why can he stay like 12% body fat year round? Oh, it's the chemicals in the food. No, it's us eating too much and living a more sedentary lifestyle. It's such cope. Oh, I went to Europe and lost weight. Yeah, because in Europe they walk more. Oh, it's the birth control in the water. It's the birth control in the water. Okay, well then, I mean, these bodybuilders, I mean, they're drinking the same water we are. No, it's not eating as much, sedentary jobs, eating too much, sedentary jobs, and high carbs. Oh, but all these foods have sugar on it. Well, did you read the label? Oh, it's all the extra ingredients. Well, are you forced to buy the stuff with the extra ingredient? Like, these are copes. Cope. This is what he says. The food is more addictive. Is there a gun to your head? And is there somebody that makes you eat the addictive food? And I've weighed myself for years, experimented with diets, whatever. Like, if you eat steak, you're usually pretty full. Like, it's not, carbs and sugar. Yeah, look at it's just, it's just facts. All right, Doug MPA's back.
Yeah. The main thing is you control how much food goes into your mouth. Period. No ifs, ands, or buts. That's why GLP-1s are a thing, because we finally unclocked. See, men will solve every single problem the society has, right? Even the hunger, obesity problem. Because Pearly, once they have a generic brand GLP-1 cooked, all this body positivity stuff, everything is going to be gone. Once you can buy a GLP-1 over the counter, off the shelf, cooked, done.
Do you know what? I would say that, but women still find a way to get pregnant and have abortions, even with all the birth control methods that we have.
Yeah,
so I just
that's
think
true.
the idea of women being able to consistently take a shot or whatever,
Yeah.
I just think somehow women will they'll do it for a little bit and then they'll forget and then they'll gain the weight back and then they'll get back on it and it'll just be a cycle. Like, I think even the simplest solution, women will still if there's anything women have convinced me of, it's that we will find a way to still mess up a sure thing.
Okay. How about this, Pearly? How about this? What is more addictive? Food and being heavy, or being on a GLP-1 and the newfound attention from men in real life and on social media? What will be more addictive?
The food.
You think?
Yeah, I don't
Okay.
think this is going to solve the obesity crisis. I don't. I mean, they had stomach stapling back in the day.
They used to wire your mouth shut if you wanted to lose weight in the 90s.
Yeah, I mean, I don't know. I could be wrong, but I don't see this as a solution. Welcome back to the show, Mark. So what is causing the obesity crisis in this country? What have you noticed? And what are some copes that fat people use?
What I've noticed is it's a lot of lack of accountability for the choices they make, so they look for any other excuse to be the victim. They don't want to have self-discipline, and they want the easy option.
Do you think that Ozempic is going to change the obesity rate in this country significantly?
Short term, but not long term, because the long-term solution is a behavioral change, and people don't want to change their behavior.
Mark, what do you think has more of a cope for women, being single or being fat?
Saying they're single by choice, I think, is a bigger cope.
Okay, this is, I would say, a cope. Oh, it's the seed oils. Oh, it's the seed oils. Well, then why don't you just cook your own food and choose what oil you cook it in? Like,
Use
what?
butter.
Yeah, it's like, okay, seed oil. What are seed oils? I don't even know, but I hear it all the time. Seed oils list. Okay, let me see what they are. So it's canola oil, grapeseed oil, soybean oil, sunflower oil. Okay, so you could just use like cook at home and use avocado oil or butter, like he said. Right?
You know, it's still one of the worst things I've seen in our society is where you look at a bag of chips and it says 150 calories per serving with 7 servings in the bag, and people still get tricked. Like, oh, this isn't that much. You know you're gonna eat the whole bag. You know it. Go ahead, bro. Oh, are we? Uh-oh. She has to come back in. Guys, make sure to like the stream, subscribe to the channel if you haven't already, and keep hitting the super chat button because all donations go to the documentary.
Sorry,
Okay, bye.
my Wi-Fi cut. I don't know. Oh yeah, and that's the other thing. Like, they say it's the food as an excuse for being retarded. Like, that's a retarded thing to do, right? To not calories, right? I mean, it just means you're, because this is what I've noticed. There's people that had stay-at-home mothers, and people that had stay-at-home mothers, I have noticed, have a better ability. Like, from a young age, their mom gave them 3 meals a day with whole foods for the most part, if they had not a lazy one. And those people don't understand why other people struggle with weight, because their mom like cooked and they're used to eating 3 meals and they can just, intuitively eat. But when you grew up in a house where mothers ran the household and were more in charge of that, and like you didn't have the routine of a father, that's where you get what I would say causes people to be fat, which is, you might eat 2,000 calories a day, 2,000, then 5,000, which is really easy to do. It's really easy to eat 2,000, go to 4,000 or 5,000. Like, you know what I mean? It's not a hard thing to do. And then you're fat in 5 years or whatever it is over time. So the people I've noticed that naturally are thin, I think they just grew up with like a normal eating schedule. Or I don't know, some people are from the same household and they just, one person's lazy, one's not. I don't know. Reasoning doesn't matter. But regardless, if you're not one of those people, then you just have to learn to count calories and not be stupid with the calories, and if you didn't Google what you're eating, that's kind of on you. I've been the person, like I used to get those giant lattes and that was me being retarded. Like it's okay, guys. So it's not the seed oils. It's just, I see all that as cope because there's people that figure it out.
The biggest secret to success is self-accountability, self-discipline.
One of the worst things for me was I used to bring my lunch up until high school. Like my mom used to make us make sandwich. We would eat breakfast, like cereal, whatever. Then my mom would make us make sandwiches and like make a lunch to take it to school. Then in high school, I was like, I don't want to make my own lunch anymore, and I started getting school lunch. Guys, pizza with French fries every single day, cooked.
They used to have cookies in the morning. They would cook for breakfast, and I would literally get a cookie and a Sprite.
Insane, dude.
I can't even imagine doing that now. Like, also another cope. When you get older, I don't think you burn that much less calories. Maybe by 100, 200. Everyone says it's like because you get older, you get fat. But I'm like, why are there people that got older and they're thin? Like there's people that are your same age and they're in good shape. What happens is if you eat 200 calories extra when you're 18, like you haven't had that much time go by, but that adds up over like a 10-year period, so I don't really buy the age thing. I don't buy the pregnancy thing. Why my grandma, why was she thin after she had like 10 kids, but you had 1 and you're fat? That doesn't make sense. Oh, but the seed oils, I don't think so. Yeah,
and once again, this also goes back to other parts of the world too. Eastern European women, African women have multiple kids, and they're all skinny. They just
Are African women skinny?
what's that?
Are African women skinny?
Yes,
Depends on the country.
yes. For the most part, I was in Ghana, Cameroon, and like most of the women there are skinny. I said like
But how many of them are malnourished?
40% of women in Africa are overweight or obese.
oh man, I went a long time ago, so.
I'm like, look, I met way too many fat Nigerians that had just come off the boat. Sorry.
But Eastern Europe, definitely they're skinny.
Yeah, but hyperthyroidism, no, that's cope. I know someone without a thyroid that's thin.
Doug, Eastern European women have obesity too. I'm from an Eastern European background.
Oh.
I know. I was just thinking that. I'm like, I don't want to just spend this next time correcting it. But I was thinking the same thing.
Dang. So there are no skinny women anywhere? What, Asia?
Asia, maybe?
Except Korea?
You can find skinny women everywhere around the world, but it's not a culture thing. It's a personal accountability thing.
Vietnam has the lowest obesity rate. Bangladesh. So. Japan, South Korea. Oh, okay. Okay, we're gonna add up Sean. Welcome to the show.
Hey, guys.
What is the cause of the obesity rate in this country?
I mean, there's a lot of causes, right? If you look at the social issues, it's the what is it? The sort of Lizzo effect of what is it? Beautiful at any size, or same thing with the Adele. But obviously Adele went back on that. So that's part of it. Is just for a lot of women, they market like you can go to Target, you'll see fat model mannequins. You know what I mean? So like that used to not be a thing. And I think now that a lot of companies kind of market that direction because they feel like people don't care to change and you might as well just make money off of it. So I think there's too much social acceptance in that direction. I would also say food quality. Like if you go to countries like China, Vietnam, they like to eat foods that are fresh ingredients. When they come over here, many of them really do not like eating fast foods. They do not like eating a lot of American processed products. Like that's just not in their diet over there and it's not culturally accepted over there. So that's also part of it. And then, our food pyramid of, what we tend to market around is not even correct. Like in a lot of countries, they eat more meats than they eat carbs, right? Carbs is very few and it's only to really expend that energy that you need to be working out. So it is multifaceted, but I would say socially is probably where people have the most control over. And I think we kind of get it wrong here, given that the media tends to be gynocentric and tends to pander to this whole women can be fat and somehow they're not failing at life, but men are always failing. Like, you know what I mean? But the men are in much better shape compared to the women. So I think there's a lot of that going on.
Yeah, I agree. Sean, welcome to the show. Black Sean. Have you contributed to the obesity rate?
Man, I've been overseas for about 20 years now, so I ain't even back there.
He's like, I'm not coming back. Okay, so why is the obesity rate what it is in this country? And do you agree with the reasons I gave for the reasons behind it? Do you even need to add? The floor is yours.
Yeah, I'd just like to add, I would say Mark was on point when he was saying it. He was just saying, like, it's people's choice. I deal with so much of this BS about the culture and shaming. Shut up, bro. Like, I witness Americans here, and they come here to Thailand or they come to Japan. I've been living overseas for 20 years. And they all are like, yeah, I mean, since I came to this country, I think I've been losing weight. The food is just, the quality of food is natural. And they still fat, Pearl. They still effing fat. It's a cope strategy. Like, people are fat, they make choices, period. Whether McDonald's is there or corporations or not, Dr. Now, what all those fat people always tell them, you ain't got to eat the food. So, I mean, it's just what people want to do. I come back home, my family used to shame me. I used to be like, all right, hey, I'm going to go get some food. And they're like, oh, that rabbit food? Oh, you're getting lettuce? Oh, you're getting rabbit food? And they're all fat. So people just make choices and they're bullies about it. So it's not even like we gotta have sympathy for these people. These people are bullies. They go around
Yeah.
bullying people.
And
Hey.
also, fat people want to keep you fat, and they're the first ones to say, "Oh, you're not fat." There's a guy I used to work out with, and when I went to London, I came back. He was really fat, and I'm like, "We got to change this. You used to be thin when I knew you." So we would work out together every day, and he could never lose weight because his stupid mom kept like telling him he wasn't fat, and like, if someone struggles with food, you're supposed to like help them. You're not supposed to give them junk food because that's something they're like weak to. And she would just like, it's like giving an alcoholic alcohol. It's like the women get in their way because they like feel bad about themselves too. How many like
Bro.
women make
Yeah, I
their
mean,
fat also?
Bro,
Go
was his
they
mom
and
fat
they're
also?
just they're not nice with it at all. I just want to emphasize that they're not nice with it at all. Like they shame you. It's like
Yep.
it's one thing just to be fat and you eating 20 McDonald's burgers back to back and all this other stuff and Cheetos and Fritos and Doritos and onions and Funyuns and Bunions. That's one thing. But you go around bullying people who just want to like eat a fruit, eat an apple. It's like they're very aggressive. And I just want to emphasize that so people can understand that. So when we say what we say, it's like, oh, you're fat shaming or oh, you're being rude. It's like, nah, man, these people are disrespectful. They have too much. And as you just said, struggle with food. Really, my guy? We're in 2026. Your struggle is with food? I hope we don't have no wars. I'm struggling with food. Really, bro?
Yeah. If you ask any of your friends or any women that are like naturally skinny, they talk about how brutal it is because big women will make fun of skinny girls, but skinny girls can't say anything back to the fat whales. It's insane.
All right, we got two black guys, a white guy on here, and an Asian, and we're gonna play a game. Okay. Before we take the next caller, it's called Would or Wouldn't, and we're gonna see who's contributing to this crisis. Okay. All right, so we're gonna start with these quote tweets. These are some of the women. Would or wouldn't? Doug MPA.
Wait, is she a single mom?
No, I don't.
Okay, I would.
All right, next. we got Mark. Would or wouldn't?
Depends on how heavy she is. Can I throw her over my shoulder and carry her upstairs?
She's 170.
Yeah, I can carry that. Yeah, I probably would. Hey, I'm honest.
All right,
I want to be able to carry her.
Asian Sean, would or wouldn't?
So I observed the 6 months rule. So if I haven't gotten laid in 6 months and I'm now tear goggling, then I might say yes to that.
Okay. Black Sean.
Hell no.
Wow. A black man that's turning down fat women. I'm proud of you. Okay, we got next. All right. Oh, all right. Would Asian Sean?
Yeah, I would.
Mark.
Does she cook?
This
I'm gonna
is
need
just
energy to carry her up the stairs.
So it's a yes.
Doug.
Yes, I would.
Wow.
She looks tall too. Is she tall?
Yeah, she's 170. And,
Yeah.
Yeah, a little bit. Here we go. All right, Doug.
No. The tats and she looks old.
We got Mark.
No, too many tats.
Sean.
No, and I think I saw her at the Lizzo concert.
Yeah.
Black Sean.
Hell no. I don't care about the tats. Look at that. When you take that stuff off, it's gonna pop up like a Busket Pillsbury dough can. She's gonna pop out that joint.
All right, start us off with the next one.
Yeah, I would. I'm so terrible. I have no standards. Yeah, I do it.
Asian Sean.
I'd pass on that.
Mark.
I want to see another picture.
That's a no, man. You know she got a fupa. That's a no, bro. That's a fupa, bro. Cut
I
out.
do it. I'm not even gonna lie. I do it.
Oh my god. Okay. Okay. What about this one? I'm gonna turn off the sound. Okay, I think this is a Ling Ling. So Black Sean, you want to start us off?
Negative. No. No, that's why she stayed around. If she had a 6-pack, she wouldn't have started off in the front. Nah, negative. And she ain't got no derriere. Cut it out. Nah.
Sean, Asian Sean.
No, and that looks like the OnlyFans girl who Shannon Sharp got in trouble with.
Mark.
Depends on how nice she is, but probably yeah.
Doug.
Yeah, I would. Am I the most honest person on this panel right now? I think I am.
And you know what, Doug MPA, you say black men need to do better, but I don't think you start.
Oh, okay, wait. So our standard is a lot lower than that, man. That's an improvement for most black guys. That Asian girl, you seen some bottom feeding black dudes. The Asian girl's nothing compared to the rhinoceroses I see walking around our community.
Donnie, welcome to the show. What do you think is causing the obesity crisis in this country?
Well, it's multifaceted. I'm no Marxist. I'm as libertarian leaning conservative as you could get, but I think the only cure to obesity I've ever seen is communism. You ever see Venezuela? The only fat people are the ones in power, Maduro and whatnot. All those other people are starving. Because for most of human history, starvation was the norm until we were able to have surplus crops. But the problem is it's not just quality, not just quantity, it's also quality, like too much processed carbs. And after second wave feminism, a lot of working moms or single moms just didn't cook properly. Like instead of having a home cooked meal, steamed chicken, vegetables every day, you got people and their kids going to McDonald's weekly, and that ratcheted things up. And I've been to Europe. I've struggled with my weight in my own right, so I guess I'm a little bit more sympathetic to other people up to like 350. After that, it's like, yeah, I do reserve the right to shit on you, but you got to eat right. And if you're someone who struggled with weight, I agree, you do have to treat yourself like an alcoholic. You got to look at yourself and go, okay, your skinny friends can go to Mickey D's and Taco Bell. You can't, because if you're a former fatty, you bite one of anything, you want 12 after.
About 54% of adults are overweight. About 24% of adults are obese in Venezuela. Oh, I didn't know that.
Oh, I didn't know that either.
Oh. Okay, thanks. Nice. I like your input. Thank you for calling, Don.
Thank you.
I got a
Communism
filter.
and socialism isn't the answer, because socialism and communism are based on denial of basic human psychology.
Okay, we got Brad. Welcome to the show. First, Brad, to get on the show, I need you to answer one question for me, and that's would or wouldn't. And I'm going to put 2 or 3 women and see if you're part of the problem.
This should be good.
Give me
I'll
one
try to be as
second.
honest as Doug.
But while I'm pulling it up, can you tell me what you think is causing the obesity crisis in this country?
Yeah, I think it's a combination of the personal responsibility and also the society we live in with fast food all over the place and junk food. I think it's a combination of that. So, but at the end of the day, you're responsible for yourself. You gotta take care of yourself. This is the would or wouldn't.
Yeah, would or wouldn't.
See, I wouldn't, but not even necessarily because of the number and the scale, but because just the way she looks is just not good. She has like a kind of a gross look to her, kind of like a trashy, kind of sloppy look.
Okay, how about her? Would or wouldn't?
Based on that photo, I would, but based on that photo, I probably still would, yeah. But
so you're like 50.
see, like some of these photos do her more justice than others. You know what I'm saying?
So you're part of the problem.
No, I definitely am. I've
Have a seat, Brad. Have a seat right next to me, man. Let's do it.
Pearl, you
But
have to
here's the way I say it.
I'll go first, and then you go upstairs after I walk down.
Yes, sir. But here's the way I say it though is, my range honestly is anywhere from 3 to 10. Like I've banged hot girls in my life. I've banged some fat ugly chicks. I keep it real. But the thing is though, it depends how easy they make it as well. Because there's a clip of like Sneeko and Rampage, and they speak for every man when they say this shit. Rampage asked him, "Hey, have you ever fucked like fat bitches?" And he's like, "Yeah." And he's like, "I have too, yeah." He's like, "They make it so easy, don't they?" Yeah, they always make it so easy. And it's kind of like the way I look at it, the hotter you are, the more I'll be willing to put in time and energy. But if you're not so hot, it's like make it easy or it's not worth the time.
Brad, how old are you, buddy?
I am about to be 30. And to make it clear, we're just talking about fucking a bitch. We're not talking about marriage.
Yeah. I'm not saying anything disparaging to you.
Yeah,
if you can believe it, it was easier in the 90s and the 2000s than it is now because social media has made fat women so entitled. But like in the 90s and the 2000s, fat girls would do anything and everything for validation because they didn't have social media. No one was trying to tell them to know their worth. In the 90s and the 2000s, dude, shoot.
Well, I imagine it was like that across the board, wasn't it? Like, even if you go back to that time, wouldn't it be way easier to get like a 7, 8, or a 9? Because they didn't have social media hyping them up.
Also, so my question is, how far would you guys drive to hook up with this girl? Let me pull it back. How far would you drive? Like, all right, she says, I'm hot, ready to go.
Like she's ready right now?
Yeah, like how far would you drive? 2 hours to see her?
Bro, it depends on what photo you're showing me. Like, oh my god.
Look, wait, Pearly, are you saying like she gonna answer the door naked?
Pretty
and
much.
we're gonna get right to it. Give it to you,
bro. Yeah. I 2 hours that.
Okay, what about
if it were guaranteed?
Bro, I feel better. I feel better about my answer now. I was gonna say like 30 minutes, but I felt bad saying that. That's my honest answer. I don't know, maybe 15 or 20, 30. God damn, you drive, dude, that's 4 hours round trip, bro.
Bro, if she would answer the door naked and she's ready to go, none of the, oh yeah, I don't wanna, and let's talk for a little bit. If it were guaranteed, I drive 2 hours for that.
Bro, you can listen to a whole audiobook on the way there, bro. Hey, I do want to get Pearl and everyone's thoughts on this though, because like in the chat I was saying cut girls some slack, right? But then you were showing like 500-pound pigs like shoving 7 donuts down their throat. I was like, bro, I'm not talking about them. No slack for them, like goddamn. But all I was saying is, look, obviously the perfect girl, she's gonna be not fat at all, but still have these huge titties and this huge ass and the nice, yeah, that's the perfect girl. But all I was saying is, say you have 2 fat girls, but one of them, say they're both like a little bit fat. We're not talking no 500 pounds, but say you have 2 girls, they could both afford to lose like 20 pounds or whatever, right? But one of them, she's got the huge double D titties, the fat ass, her skin's so soft, her face is so pretty. And then the other one, ugly face, terrible skin, no tits, no ass. That's where it's more than just the number on the scale. And there's a saying, how can you have all that meat and no potatoes?
How fat?
It's so true.
How fat we talking? We got to go on the chart. Like, what % body fat are we talking?
No, the chart you showed.
Yeah.
Look,
Right.
the perfect would be like 15% body fat with everything I just said.
No, sorry, but the how fat is the girl you're describing on this chart? My bad. Here.
Okay, keep the chart up.
Yeah, like obviously.
I would say 25. You could even, this is a little, I mean, you could maybe push it to 30 if it was like double the titties. But nah, 25 would be on the upper. But none of these girls, I'm talking like with the big double D titties. You know what I'm saying? I'm talking like the big.
I know.
Yeah.
Pearly, how as a woman, how much? Okay, a really good face card. Like, what of that percentage can a woman get away with like if she has like a Megan Fox face card?
I would say it's
what
big,
percentage
bro.
can she go up to?
I know, but it doesn't look like a Megan Fox. Like you can't have a Megan Fox face card at 30%. Like you're gonna have like the rolls around it.
Exactly.
Yeah, like it's
Yeah,
not.
that's true.
It also like some people look a little different. They did a YouTube video on this, so like here, let's see if I can pull up the Jack Nippard.
Yeah, I think showing pictures is the best metric, honestly, because you could say height, weight, percent, all that, but when you show a picture, because it's really case by case.
Yeah, I would agree with that. Like,
Unless
some
it's like
people-
fucking 5'4", 500 pounds, then yeah, there ain't no, making that look good. But
The best example was remember Pia that was on the show, the redhead who lost all that weight, remember?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh my
But I'm
god.
pretty sure she got that skin still.
Yeah.
Let me see. So let's see the.
That's
This is-
nasty work. Come on, Pearl. That's nasty.
Bro.
So this is a girl at 28% body fat.
With the shaper on.
Yeah. And then
this is something.
These are both 28%.
Yeah, go ahead, my bad.
That's okay. See, she's 28%, or she's 30%, I think.
Oh, like she looks good. That's not like an ugly.
Oh, she dope, man.
She's not super hot, but that's not like a troll.
There's a whole lot of shapewear going around.
Exactly. Every girl who got the
Nowadays,
shapewear
too.
on, the guys got
Yeah.
no shape.
I agree with that.
So
Like,
a lot of guys have like a big surprise waiting for them when they start peeling off the freaking wrapping. You know what I'm saying?
There we go. Normal again.
That's 15% or 10-ish around there.
yeah, I like to say Lululemon has done so much to get women to not want to work out because it like hides the.
She's
body
around.
fat percentage.
She's around 20%.
Yeah, there we go, Pearl. That's like the 20 is good, but anything
21.
above that is nasty work, bro.
But I also don't like it though, even though it's like healthy. I don't like it if a woman is too muscular.
Here we go.
Yeah. 30. Yeah, I've noticed like I would just say 20-ish to 30-ish% body fat is like that's where the guys will fight for them not to be fat.
But it also depends where that body fat is.
You said 25 to 30?
This is 37%. So this is like this.
Yeah,
is
that's too fat.
that's where you get like. Yeah. So.
You see big women wearing. I'm sorry. Go ahead.
No, this is another one. I think she's. I think this is what the average woman looks like in America.
Oh god.
A little bit more.
You see like a 270-pound woman putting tights on, talking about how the tights snatch her waist, and it's like you're fucking 300 pounds. What are you talking about?
Yeah, that's crazy. No, that's crazy work.
54% body fat. Oh my god.
Oh, holy shit. I just saw that. No, that's crazy. But I mean, I am all about the tits and the ass, so it's like and BMI doesn't account for that. Like BMI doesn't tell you if it's A cup or a D cup.
Are you Latino? Are you
No, I'm white.
white guy? Okay.
Proud
See,
white.
There you go. I told you.
Hey,
Nasty work.
Some white guys contribute to it. You know what I mean?
Do you date black women?
Pearl, all these men do it. All these men do it.
I
They show
would, but I
nasty
haven't.
work.
Black men
don't.
God, you don't do it. Okay.
We just got the biggest girls.
Yeah,
Go ahead.
no. RJ, welcome to the show. Okay, well, I don't know what you're doing, but that's too loud.
It can
David,
all be
welcome.
explained easily.
David,
What's easy,
welcome.
what's available.
Yeah, David,
What's
welcome to the show.
What's up? What's up, everyone? What's going on?
All right, I need you to say would or wouldn't. I'm going to give you a few.
No, I'm
see if
saying
you're-
no already. All right. I've been watching what you've been showing, and I'm already telling you no.
Let's see.
No, hey, pass. You feel me? Pass. Like we playing Monopoly.
keep going. Keep going.
Keep going. Pass.
Bro, come on.
Hold on, go. Yeah, okay.
Pass. But this is the thing. It's hard to see in pictures. You know, every picture be looking different.
Keep going. Keep going.
Crazy work. Crazy
Here.
work. Nah.
Okay. The black men coming in with standards. They're here to show me.
Yeah, look, and that's the thing. No, also no. Like this the thing. A lot, a lot of like a lot. Y'all be making me laugh.
Are you?
Listen, there's all because there's. Let's be honest, right on the internet, like there's so many women hiding things. Like someone was talking about, the fitness brand Lululemon, and how they literally be hiding their fupas and everything. Like it is crazy work going on nowadays.
So
Seriously.
what do you,
what the clothes can do.
Yeah. Like,
so have you ever taken a girl back to your place and then been like, oh no, when she got naked?
Listen, yes, but I didn't take her back to my place. Listen, so this girl, this girl I knew, right? This girl I knew. It's been a minute since I've seen her. So online, like she was looking pretty good, right? And she pulled up on me from DC. And listen, yo, like she was looking solid and everything, but when she took those pants off, I always call it's like a bag of water. Like the fupa, like when you take off the pants and then this shit just flat. It literally just folds. Like the whole belly it's like a dam breaks or something. So that's what happened. That's what happened to me. That's what happened.
You know what's crazy was online dating before filters and stuff, and before all of the different things you can do on your phone, on your pictures. There were certain poses that women did to hide their fat. So they would take a picture like kind of upward looking down at them.
Damn.
You remember that?
They do it now. I call it the moon pose. They always it's the moon or the moon angle. They take their phone above their head, they like put it to the right or the left. And you can't tell like what their stomach look, bro. I call it the moon angle. I promise you that's what they do for sure.
Can you show me put it in the private chat if you got a Instagram picture you want to show me?
I gotta find one. I don't have one like on hand, but I'm definitely gonna find one and send it to you. But
are you an athlete, David? Are you like into sports or something?
Yes.
Yeah, okay. It's like always the athletic black guys that they're the only ones with standards. You know what I mean?
Hey, listen.
Like it's like nobody's dunking on the the NFL draft, all the snow bunnies on their arm. You know what I mean?
No, real talk. And what's funny is like I'll tell listen, ironically, I put a post up on Threads yesterday and I said the fact that overweight people have standards is crazy work. And I'm not saying you can't have any standards, but come on, like when you're overweight, first thing you got to get right is your fitness. And so I got a bunch of heat under me, in the comments. And what I found funny was 98% of the people triggered were fat. Like that was the funny part to me. And I'm like, I seen a lot of women say, well, men love big women and things like that. I'm like, yeah, because you're not their first choice. You're their only option. If they had the option of choosing you and someone else who was fit, they would not choose you.
And how far did he have to drive to meet you? Because that's very important. Like if you were 2 hours, most guys wouldn't do it.
Yeah.
Exactly.
How much work is he going to put in order to have sex with you? That's the question.
What did you say about if you're a woman and the guy never sees you in the daytime?
Oh my God.
Facts. Is the juice worth the squeeze?
Have you all heard of the homosexual thing?
Oh yeah. Tax season's coming up, so all these broads are getting their tax return. So all the homosexuals are going to be hitting them up for a place to live.
To
yeah. Mm-hmm.
I'm proud of that. I'm proud of the black guys that watch my show. Look at this. Doug MPA, you're the one who's got to do better on this.
Listen, and I'm new to watching you. I started watching you probably about I want to say like a couple months ago.
Mm-hmm.
So yeah, I'm fairly new to watching Pearl. So. But she got a point. Like I can see why people, especially black people, would be triggered. But some people, it's really the ones it applies to that are triggered, right? So it is what it is.
All right, RJ, did you get off the motorcycle?
Oh, I'm not on a motorcycle. I'm all good.
I don't know what you're doing. It was loud before.
No, it's just probably a motorcycle out my window.
Oh, okay. Let's start. I need would or wouldn't from you. Okay, I got to see if you're a part of this problem.
I'm gonna have to just be honest. I'm gonna be wouldn't on all of these because
he's married. So. Yeah, he's the guy in. in a different country with the kids.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, I remember RJ.
Oh,
Long
okay.
time, buddy.
Yeah,
Long
RJ.
time.
Thanks for calling in. I
Yeah,
remember.
it's been a while.
So, what do you think is causing the obesity crisis in this country?
Well, I'd say the two big things are, again, I'm taking this from my perspective from, living outside of the US for a while. And when I was in Europe, one of the big things that I would see there is people would be walking around a lot. And I know a lot of people say, oh, I left the United States, I went to Europe and lost a lot of weight. And that happened to me too. But it's just because, it's expensive to drive there. You usually have better public transportation. You just walk more, and the walking has such a massive difference on the fact that people lose weight. But also the other big aspect of it, and is that there's an expectation because it's a more of a patriarchal culture, at least in the in the Balkans where I was. And so that patriarchal culture, there's this expectation that if you're a woman, you need to not be fat, and that there's this even when you go out, like you don't have this whole Walmart culture. We're going to go out in my pajamas and flip flops and stuff. Like if you're a woman and they're going out in Europe, they're going to go out and they're going to make sure that they actually look nice and not just dress with whatever they have laying around.
Nice. What country are you in again?
I'm in El Salvador, and this actually goes to the whole thing too. So El Salvador, because again, it used to be very dangerous to walk around. It's a very car-centric city as well, or country. But I live in a city, so it's a very car-centric place. And there's definitely an obesity problem here. There's and it still has a lot to do with sugar and everything as well. That's a big part of it. But that's where I really think the car centricism comes into play.
Cool. Thanks for calling in, RJ.
Always good talking to you, buddy.
All right, we're gonna bring up Mario. Mario, what do you think is causing the obesity crisis in this country?
Honestly, I think it's the current Gen Z generation. I think that the Gen Z generation is the laziest, most immoral. Oh God, it's the worst generation I've ever had to be around, because they'll let you drown and die other than help you. They don't want to help nobody. They're all selfish. They don't want to they want to help nobody. They don't want to do nothing.
Speaking of Gen Z women, would or wouldn't?
I would. That one, yeah.
Would.
I would.
How about her? Would or wouldn't?
Yeah, I did that.
Would or wouldn't?
No.
Would or wouldn't?
No. No, not with the position she's in. I don't think so.
Would or wouldn't?
No.
Would or wouldn't?
No, I can't tell. No.
All right, so you're a little bit of a contributor to the obesity crisis, huh?
Well, I mean, so like what Del was saying earlier, like, because back in the 90s and 2000s, it was a lot easier to get with bigger chicks, because you didn't have to worry about them being bitchy. Like they were all nice.
They didn't know their worth.
Yeah, exactly, right? So like if you wanted to go and have sex with like a bigger woman, you didn't have to say anything. You can just do it on the DL. But now, because of social media and the iPad era that most Gen Zers have been growing up with, they just throw their business out in the air, and then then your cover's blown. So like now there's such a high standard for bigger women that
that's
what are you gonna do? You can't even go on the DL no more. It's not even worth it. And also I'll say that I will never drive 2 hours to go get pussy. I'm just telling you that right now. I would never drive that far ever.
Girls I showed you that you said yes to, how far would you drive?
Hour max, maybe.
Max. It's still further than I thought. Thanks for contributing to the obesity crisis, Mario.
Big girls now will take a picture of you while you're sleeping.
Yeah. All right. Wicked Witch of the West. What username is that?
Appreciate you
Uh-oh.
having me up, bro. I'm gonna drop off. I'm gonna be listening now.
Oh, okay. All right. Fabrizio, welcome to the show.
Fabrizio?
Okay, well. All right, you guys snooze, you lose. What have you noticed have any of you dated an overweight woman for an extended period of time? Like
I have.
to lose weight or something?
Yeah, I have.
What did you think made her fat?
How she ate. Well,
Like
this
what
woman,
specifically? Yeah, like not
she's from Tennessee, so she ate Tennessee food. And then she was blonde hair, blue eyed. She's about 5'7", but her breast size, she had like F's or some shit. It was crazy. Yeah. Yeah, it was literally the fact that she's from Tennessee and she ate Tennessee food.
What about you guys? Have any of you dated a fat woman or chubby woman for a long time?
I dated her for like a year.
Like a year. What about you, Sean?
Yeah. I mean, I dated a girl for about 6 months, and I would say, I mean, she already went through a divorce, and so she put on a lot of weight. And I think it's like some women like to eat their emotions, and I think that's what like sort of leads to that, if that makes sense.
Was she aware she was fat?
I think she was aware, and part of it is just because like her ex-husband didn't want to be sexual with her like the last years of that marriage. So I think that's like it kind of.
Oh, I can't think of you have one job as a woman and he doesn't want to do it with you.
I know, and it's crazy because she had like natural G cups, right? So for a guy to pass on that, like, my God,
bro, that's gotta kill your ego. I just can't.
Bro, that is allegedly. That's one side of the story. That might be cap. Who knows?
Okay, what's the real story if you had to guess?
She's lying. She's capping. Who cares? Like, I'm fat because of my divorce. Like, get out of here. Now, you see what I'm saying? Like, okay, so you mean what part of the divorce? When you filed the paperwork, when you went to the lawyer, like, did that make you eat 20 Taco Bell? Like, come on, man. Back to back, like, cut it out. People just like they do what they do.
Like I was gonna say Starbucks makes you fat. So I was more asking like specifically what they ate that made them fat.
Oh,
like,
okay, yeah.
Cooking
It's ice cream, man. It's ice cream. Like whenever girls are depressed, they just go straight to the pints.
But see, that's it. See, that's why I say like dudes just do what they do, man. Let's stop the cap. And they like you can't blame it on anything. Like just now, it was like, well, she's been through a divorce. That's like not my girl type stuff. When you're like, oh, this could happen, they're like, well, not my girl, not my girl. She's different. Like, so why is she fat? Well, she's different. You know, she went through a divorce and her husband didn't want to have sex with her. Like, have you seen the evidence of this? Did you see him saying that? Like, how do you freaking know? Well, that's what she told me, you know, like, and then she's different. You know, she told me the truth. Like,
you know what that sounds like? Coping because
What?
he's fucking a fat woman.
Yeah, exactly, right. And then
I thought that most women lost weight from like a divorce to try to show her husband.
Yeah, it's the glow up, right?
Yeah, the glow up, exactly.
Men
She
need a
went the
reason
opposite
to getting women to get fit. Thank you for the super. Sorry, keep going.
Yeah, I mean, I was just saying more like a lot of these sorts of habits are very cultural. So like in America, right? Like a lot of women will eat their emotions and they'll put on a lot of weight. Not saying that's an excuse for their behavior, but that's just how they naturally react. But like when I've dated girls that are from East Asia, if they do gain weight, like their family lets them know it. Like, you know what I mean? And they're
But
constantly
bro,
scrutinizing
they
their
could
own
eat.
weight.
They could eat apples though. What are you talking about? Like you can eat apples, right? Can't you? So if you're depressed and you want to eat, can't you eat apples? Can't you eat bananas? Can't you eat grapes? Can't you eat strawberries? Can't you eat watermelon?
I would
So
say
you keep saying like we eat. Like no, you eat certain and
I
then
would
all those things I also named have sugar. So don't
Yeah.
blame sugar neither.
I would say it's high carbs snacking instead of eating meals because snacks aren't as filling and liquid calories, as well as all the coping.
Yeah, all the coping. That's the biggest thing. Because imagine if somebody did pass legislation and was like, y'all can't have this. Then y'all be calling them a Nazi. Then y'all be calling them it's not right. It's oppression. So it's like, like you can't implement the same strategies that you'll say like, oh, well, in Asia, they do this. Like, man, which Asian country? There'd be some fat Asians too. So which one we talking?
I mean, I'm talking. Sorry, I was gonna say I'm talking like China, right? Like China, a lot of the sugars, a lot of the foods that we have here, they absolutely reject it over there. So like part of it is
Because they got the
culture.
CCP. So I don't think you could just copy that to America unless you're just saying, let's get the CCP here and just tell ninjas what to do and delete them if they don't listen. Like, it's just a big extreme, especially with China.
Nuke,
Japan probably better. Go ahead.
Nuke, welcome to the show. In order to get on the panel, I'm going to have to show you some pictures, and you have to say would or wouldn't to see if you contribute to the obesity crisis in this country.
All right, let her rip.
All right, so we're going to go. Here we go. All right, we got first this woman here.
Yeah. Do you mean like have her as a serious girlfriend or just like a
No,
fling,
like
something?
a hookup, and how far would you drive?
Oh, we're doing the drive test.
Yeah, you taught that to me.
Okay. 20 miles, 30 miles tops. And yeah, she's overweight. It'd be one of those things where it's just as like a slump buster, one of those and the thing is she could be better, right? But she has to make up with it with like her femininity and how she treats you and all that stuff. If she treats you like the average person, then no, it's just like a last resort. So yeah.
Would or wouldn't?
Oh, this chick?
Yeah.
From what I know about women that have lost lots of weight in a very short amount of time, no. Because I don't know if you guys have noticed, but women that lose weight really, really fast have a lot of like loose skin and a lot of other stuff that makes sex a little weird. So
That's what doggy style's for.
yeah, she's in shape. She's in good shape.
This one, would or wouldn't? And how far?
Probably 40 miles, and yes, I would.
And then I'll do this. Oh shit! I gotta turn off the sound. It's copyright.
Where'd you get all these people?
This is the girls quoting on Twitter. The girl that says 170 pounds is fat, and so now they're trying to prove they're not fat. And so, yeah, because they said 5'4", 170 is fat. That's like the average American woman. So now
That's overweight. It's not fat. Wait, 5'4"?
Yeah.
Pretty sure that's like borderline. Yeah, that's fat. Like it's overweight, clinically speaking.
So you're not beating the allegations either, huh? Okay.
The thing is, genetically speaking, it's just there's some women that are lucky and it goes to places that are fortunate, but most women are not. So I'll give you guys an example. On Twitter, they do this thing where women will post like little cartoons or AI charts of women A through F or 1 through 10, and all of the women are differing body types. But there's one thing that I don't know if you guys seen those pictures, but all those pictures have one thing in common, right? And this is the level of delusion that women have. All the women have pear shapes, right? So a 1 could be a skinny girl, but she still has slight pear shape, and the 10 could be a fat girl, but she still has a pear shape. But the truth is, with women that gain weight, they don't get to choose where it goes. It's like that big lie of like spot reducing, that women are like, I just want to tone down my abs and tone down my butt. I'm like, you don't get to decide that. It's your genetics where your fat is stores and burns first. So a lot of women have this delusion where if they gain weight, they're all going to have pear-shaped bodies, and it's almost like reverse body dysmorphia. And guys, we know the difference, right? Guys, we're visual creatures, but women don't seem to like accept that most women, you're not gonna have a pear shape. You're not gonna gain weight. Yeah, well, that's a real one. Talking about the cartoons they put on Twitter. But all women believe that they're just gonna, as they gain weight, it's all gonna be proportional. They're not gonna gain weight in the back of their neck, or they're not gonna have like a double chin, or they're not gonna have a gut before they have. There are overweight women with no ass.
Well, the issue though is now they can lipo it out. So like I was saying before, there's no way women have a stomach like these 3 or even 4 with like the thighs of these women. Like it's just it's not natural.
With the lipo, so the thing with lipo is that, again, you have to be close to not being overweight for it to look okay or not detectable. Some women, what happens is some women, like I said, they gain weight in unfortunate places, their gut being one of them, but they also gain weight in their arms, and they also gain weight in their everywhere, like their thighs, even their calf, everywhere, their legs, lower legs. So a lot of these women do get flat stomachs from the lipo, but they don't have the money to pay for the arms, the neck, the back of the neck, the thighs. So you have these women with just huge bodies but flat stomachs. And yeah, it may appeal to men of lower socioeconomic class, but we're not stupid. Men know, like, okay, she's definitely had work done, but whatever.
I don't think men notice as much as like you think. Just my opinion. Like, I don't know. I don't like the one girl, you know, who's had lipo, that Lily Phillips girl. I don't think most guys would notice it.
Well, yeah, because she's close to being in shape. It's harder to tell, but
Yeah,
most
yeah.
women are not. See, the thing is, when women are gaining weight, they're very little, very most of the time it's they're not in a sweet spot, right? It's either women go from thin to fat really fast. It's not like it's not a slow thing. They go from thin to fat really fast. So when women are transitioning, they don't stay in that almost fit, almost fat zone for very long. It's very it's one of those places where it's a transitory phase. So when women are getting lipo, I think it's best for them to get lipo when they're in that spot, because the skin elasticity, men won't notice as much. Their scars, less scarring, less expensive, right? Because you don't have to staple parts of your body, and also like your boobs won't sag, your ass won't sag as much, and you can less muscle to put on to get all that skin to stretch back, right? The reason why lipo is, or plastic surgery is so noticeable is because women do it at the extreme far end, right? If you're getting lipo to begin with, it's probably because you don't have good fitness habits. Most women are like that. So it would be better if on the way, if you're like, shit, I just had a kid and uh, I'm losing my luster. Let me just get lipo here, and not when I'm 350 pounds or 300 pounds, and I'm going to have scars from breast lifts and all this stuff. So
Yeah. What do you think's the biggest contributor to the obesity rate in this country?
I would say lack of. Oh, go ahead. Sorry.
I said other than black guys.
And some Latino guys. I would say lack of movement.
Like getting your steps.
Just in general, everything's so automated that you don't need, like, no one needs to expend, like, the amount of calories the average person expends. It's got to be much lower, because if I wanted to get candy or ice cream or anything from the store, I had to get up, get in my car, walk. Going to the store was 1,000 steps minimum, right? You need 10,000 steps a day to lose around 1.5 to 2 pounds a week. If you're at a caloric, like, if you're not bulk, if you're at like caloric equilibrium. So if you went to the store twice a week, you're contributing heavily to being in shape. But you don't need that anymore. We have Uber Eats and stuff like that. Everything is easier, faster. People had to go places to get things done, and now those are thousands of calories we're not wasting a week or spending a week I really think it's the lack of movement. And also, because of this lack of movement and the lack of time it takes things to happen, people are bored. And what's the number one thing people do when they're bored? Eat.
Also, Starbucks.
And Starbucks, which is amazing.
Starbucks is pretty good.
Thanks for introducing me to sugar-free syrup.
Yeah. That's really all I got today. Doug, you got anything else? Are you gonna any questions you want to ask? We have a pretty good panel. I don't have any other questions.
Yeah, I just, it's just crazy. She said that women's addiction to food will outweigh the motivation for like Ozempic and more attention from men and on like social media. But I think you're right about that. But food's more socially acceptable, and the although people keep saying that body positivity is over, have we seen any kind of progress with the whole body positivity thing, or is it still the same as it was 5-6 years ago?
I think
less. Oh, sorry. Go ahead.
I think it's less, but not by much.
Anyone else?
Just go to. I think I think body positivity is at an all-time high. It has to be, because who's gonna be buying stuff? Like if you go to Gymshark or Fabletics or whatever fitness clothing, you can't sell to a demographic that is non-existent or very small, right? You have to sell. What is the biggest demographic of women? They're overweight. So if you want to sell stuff to overweight women, you have to market to overweight women. I think the marketing has changed a little bit because it was becoming too obvious. But if you guys go to gymshark.com right now, which I'm about to shop for something, and you see, you'll see hot women, but you also see chubby women, which I have never seen in a fitness clothing website until like 2015. It is what it is. I think it's not that we don't even want it. It's like we have no choice. We have to market to overweight women because that's all there is,
Yeah, I agree with that. I still think that a generic GLP-1 over the counter is going to make some kind of dent, and maybe for a little bit.
There's over-the-counter birth control, and we're still aborting like an eighth of the world population. So
that's true.
At the end of the day, it's human psychology, it's human behavior. It's laziness at its core. Don't want to take accountability and laziness. This is why stuff that sells convenience sells so easily.
Yeah.
Uber Eats.
What Pro kind of backs it up when she says, you guys, if you want a good business, market something or come up with something where you can farm out a service that single women need, and you'll get rich. So how do we expect women to get thinner if they're literally going to farm out every single part of their lives to like somebody like you see their housewives or women, they have a hustle where they'll come to your house and wash your clothes. They'll come to your house, take your clothes, go back to their house, wash them, and bring them back to you. It's crazy.
Yeah. All right. Well, we're gonna do final thoughts. Mark, you can start.
At the end of the day, if you want to lose weight, it starts with admitting to yourself you need to lose weight. It's about accountability. If you can't do that, you got no hope of losing weight. No matter what excuse you try to make, other people are just going to see for the cope it is. Don't cope. Just eat the L.
Thanks, Mark. Sean, do you have any final thoughts today?
Yeah, shout outs to what Mark was just saying, man. FLM, Flat Lives Matter. Look, you can make up all the excuses, but you sound like a black lackey complaining about racism. It's not your thyroids. It's not the culture. It's not the Illuminati, the New World Order. It's just you eating too much burgers and having too much calorie intake. If you want to eat something, eat apples, fruits, and vegetables. Other than that, I don't want to hear the cope. Don't blame the United States of America for making you fat. You made yourself fat. Shout outs to all the Seans and Pearl and Doug. Peace out.
Thanks, Sean. Asian Sean.
Yeah, I mean, I would tell anyone who wants to lose weight is that just clear all the junk food out of your house, out of sight, out of mind. I think the environment has a big effect on it. And the more you're going to see something, the more you're likely to be addicted to it, especially if it's very like engineered that way. So just get it out of your life and get your steps in, and you'll be good.
Cool.
I think the guy said everything that I was gonna say. Just move as much as you can, and get sleep, and don't put yourself in situations where you'll binge eat, like being hungover, you'll binge eat, or even being depressed, you'll binge eat. So just take care of everything, and everything will take care of you. So
Thanks, Nuke. Doug MPA, any final thoughts?
Yeah, Black Ben, we have to do better. And like I said, 170 is
the
nothing. Yeah, 170 is nothing compared to the freaking the majestic creatures that infest the Black community. So we got to do better, Black guys. It starts with us. If we start doing better, I think everyone else would do better.
All right, guys. That's all I got today. I try to keep the shows about 2 hours because I know you guys got things to do. I don't have things to do, but you guys have things to do, so I gotta. Yeah. So, anyways, I want to send an apology out there to the whales in the sea. I'm sorry you're being compared to fat women. Sorry about that. Black men, I hope you raise your standards by banging women. At least, could you guys at least get under 30% body fat? I think that's a fair ask. Like the video, subscribe, and I'll see you next time.